you got to. You got to get that mental health. You know, God is you got to get that mental health. You know, God is you got to get that mental health. You know, God is
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it.
Yes,
Listen.
Lord.
Listen, Christy, good morning. Y'all, Christy wore me out yesterday. Oh my God. Christy and a whole group of people got together. And when I tell you, they wore me out, they wore me O-U-T-T.
God is good. God is good.
Listen, he used y'all in a mighty way yesterday. Like, first of all,
it's good. Listen, that's my little prayer. Lord, use me however you gonna use.
Listen, and he did.
I'm
yes,
glad.
Jesus did use you. Show us the cup cam, Christy.
Listen. Cup cam this morning. We classic white and simple. We just classic white and simple this morning. That's just it, Miss Nikki, because I almost overslept this morning. Can I just be honest with the peoples? Peoples, come on in. Christy Michelle almost overslept this morning.
Christy Michelle overslept. And you know what? That happens.
Yes, it happens, and I'm gonna tell it when it happens.
Because it's the truth. Like you got, honestly, y'all have to realize and understand that we are doing some business work over here, and our nighttime, lifetime, we are living our best lives. Balance, I will say, we are very much well balanced around here. I can say that we are a balanced group of ladies that do. Come on, light, they got better. Yes. So y'all, wait a minute. Let me adjust this light real good.
Go on, adjust that light. Yeah. Just to.
Okay. That's a tad bit. So yeah, we have a balance. We have a real live balance over here that we work in balance, and so the balance is that yes, we go outside at night, and well, Christy go outside. I just vicariously live through Christy on the outside.
I was working.
She be going out. She be doing stuff. She be hanging out. She be all in these streets and having a good time and enjoying good cocktails and.
Let me tell you something though, Miss Nikki. Let me tell you what I had decided yesterday. First of all, I had to go to work yesterday afternoon. I didn't get back in until after 7. I had to go into the field.
Okay.
Which I hadn't had to go in the field a long time. I had to go into the field yesterday. So that was a little different for me. I was up in there battling this 5 o'clock traffic in H.E.R that I normally don't have to do. And that's a feat when you're not used to it, because I remember them days.
That is listen, we don't even have 5 o'clock traffic no more. I was saying, Christy, that when did we get to a place where we have 6 o'clock traffic? And I said, that's because we got these new visitors. Welcome to our city. Please go home.
We're closed.
Yeah, we're closed. We're not accustomed to. We're not accustomed to the. Okay, everybody that has lived in California, and what is it, the 504s, whatever it is, 509, whatever y'all call it. We don't do that over here. The 305, whatever major expressway y'all have, we not them people. All my New Yorkers, we don't do bumper to bumper. We don't. We drive. We keep going. That's the blessing, Christy, about living in the hood. Because it's so amazing. And you can tell who's from Houston.
Thanks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I'm not.
We would dip off. Baby, we would dip off of that freeway so quick. It'd be so funny. We going to cross over 3 lanes because we get off. And our route is not crowded. So please, whatever you do, if you see me on the freeway, I'm from Houston, don't follow me.
I'm not from Houston, and you're right. Y'all will dip off.
Yeah, we would dip. You will be sitting in traffic, frustrated. I am in my house.
And that's and
there's a connecting road. There is a connecting road. We already know. Remember, if you're going south, you got to go back north to get to my house. So that street, we do little hit and misses throughout the week. And we will go down the street to say, oh, I didn't even know that street connected to that street. So, folks that be reading names and all that stuff, keep reading the names. We look for landmarks. But Christy, it's not hard to get from your side of town.
No, that's true. No,
remember, remember before we got the highway, there was just streets. So that's easy. Like literally, you're a straight shot.
Yeah, my ex-husband told me all the time. He was like, when I lived here, Pearland wasn't no Pearland. No. He's like, all of this was just nothing. I know the Pearland back streets, if that make any sense. And I don't know if I'm excited.
Pearland back streets can take you to all the way to my house.
I try not to get on 288 or none of them big things over here in Pearland, especially on the weekend.
Because all you have to do is you just literally have to go down by Hobby. Just go down Hobby and come on straight out. Just keep going straight. Just keep going straight. You're gonna cross over through Gulf Gate.
I know.
Once you cross over through Gulf Gate, then you're gonna come on over into I want to say that's Navigation. Navigation.
Come here, where the spaghetti warehouse used to be.
Come on, you're gonna go through Denver Harbor, and after you go through Denver Harbor, then of course you're gonna enter into the Great Fifth Ward. Once you come into the Great Fifth Ward, then keep it pushing, keep it moving. You're on Lockwood, straight out Lockwood. Come on over to the 610. Hit that 610, then you gotta hit it up to the northwest side and welcome to City Gas. Girl, it ain't no problem. We can get you there.
I'm familiar with the Gulf Gates. I'm familiar with the Gulf Gate. They got a nice foot lock over there.
Yeah.
In Gulf Gate, Pink's Pizza, Frank's.
Yep.
Over there. I mean, I like me a good hood.
So you know that's the thing.
I like me a good hood. That's where I'm from in the Lake Charles.
You can come through those communities. And it's not a hard task to get through them communities. So you know.
I know.
Yeah, we had a good time. I don't know if you guys looked. There go Pastor Whitaker coming in being messy. This guy right here.
Pastor Whitaker, I'm done. I'm done. Good morning. First, Pastor Whitaker, right here. You already know. You had to be there, people, but bows down this morning.
Pastor Whitaker said the word Flint.
And messed us up for the rest of the day.
And our day was like, we was like on a whole nother, we had another call to another call.
Add some more time to the Zoom. The people say you gotta go. We don't care nothing about the Zoom people. You see how the church people just disobedient.
We couldn't even get out. We couldn't even get off it. And then the craziness of it is like I always say, you're not gonna put that $40 on that dresser and leave me. Please help me. Help me. Pastor Whitaker put the $40 on the dresser and left us like birds.
Pastor Whitaker slammed the $40. No, you know what? No,
he slightly put it there.
He did.
And then I gotta go. Choom.
He was like, he put down the Joker. He put down the Ace of Spades and walked out this room.
I was like, sir, can you come back, please? There's more to this. There's more to this story. It's like, man, just a whole refreshing.
Yeah.
A whole refreshing. Like, he really, truly, honestly did. He got all of us together because he spoke to, I know for sure, the group of ladies that was directly right there. Mm-hmm. He spoke to all of us. And even one of the ladies was not on the call still. But when we got back to the call to tell her, I got the clips. And then you come along with your foolishness. And ma'am, you're not just a driver. See, people, Alicia Carter come through, prophesied and laying hands and confirming.
She started it too.
Y'all need to find y'all something to do. I was trying to have a professional meeting. These people don't know how to have professional meetings. I said to everybody that was on that particular call, y'all meeting gonna be on the 3rd Wednesday.
I would like to say,
Pastor Whitaker over there.
We had the professional meeting. First of all, we had the professional meeting. We did. And then, Pastor Whitaker, I want to point out what I kept telling Sister Nikki A. Kaiser on the call. You called us to the room. How you go just say, come to the room? And everybody was like, we didn't know what to say. Nikki said, come on. So we was like, let's go.
And then he brought that as a highlight too. To my Nikki said, come to the room.
Well, you
and then y'all talking about, yeah. And then y'all just went like in the ripple effect. You called me. No, the point is that this was a professional meeting.
We had
I was trying to give you guys some good resources and negative.
And you did. And you did. And you did. You did all of that, didn't she? Pastor Whitaker, she gave us a meeting. We had dates. It was a great, wonderful professional meeting. But it was the after meeting. You know the people that stay after the church, you'd be like, why they still gathered around outside the church?
See, we were still in this meeting. we were still there. There were people. I'm gonna have to get people that can really see. So I'm gonna just have 2 meetings. Okay. I'm gonna have a bad actors meeting, and I'm gonna have the people that really want to be good. I said, now, Lord, if this is the foundation of how we started, I'm just gonna give me a little blanket every week and be like, don't worry about it. I got my own blanket. I got my own fan. I got my own blanket. I got my own fan. I ain't gonna even worry about it. Yeah, it was thebomb.com. And then, you know, just to give us a word of wisdom and knowledge, what we're talking about, you guys, is there is a group called Function. Yep, you better get ready for it. It's coming. If you have a grassroots nonprofit organization, a ministry, a church, something, a small business, a business that is providing services that will be able to better serve communities, by all means, you want to be a part of this function. And so we just, okay, first of all, I was like, Christy, avoiding that opportunity to even open up that doorway. I really, truly, honestly, I talked to Pastor Whitaker about it some time ago last year and letting them know that, yeah, I'm going to let you guys know we're going to do function. But I was like, God, I ain't ready to function with some people. They just don't want to function right. So it's Faith Unites. It's Faith Unites, nonprofits coming together in our communities. Like, so we're really in our neighborhood serving. So that's what we're doing. We're going to be serving in our neighborhoods. We're going to be bringing resources to our neighborhoods, connecting the church world with our families and giving them a place where they're able to come in and get the service that they need. And also give them the spiritual feedings that they need. Businesses, there are some small businesses that do services that are really, really good at educating families. And so that's what we're doing, you guys. So if this is something that you know you would be interested in, your church would be interested in, please, by all means, come on and join in to the functions. And we're going to have network function groups, network events. We're going to support each other with resources. We're going to have some speakers coming. People are going to come and talk about, we're going to share our resources. It ain't going to be just a one-sided thing where I'm emptying out my bag and you just holding your bag. No. We're going to share information with each other. We're going to have church. Yeah, we going to have church. I'm sorry. I'm not. We gonna have us some church. Really, for real though. The Lord is here. He's the first thing that's invited. He's the guy that was there. He's the one who orchestrates it. He's the big CEO. He's the founder of it. So he there. Yeah. And so if this is something that's gonna be too overwhelming for you, we may not be the function for you. But I want to know. I want to just let you know that we're gonna do our very best to try to function in a business.
We did.
But if we did dropping nuggets like that, I mean, hey, we let the Lord have his way. Why? Because let's just be honest, Christy, and we're going to get into our topic, but let's just be honest. We need a place as believers, kingdom builders. We need a place where we too can really seriously function in our fashion of how we really need to be. Good morning, Webb. Good morning. Webb. We need a place where we can really seriously vent and know that, hey, it's going to be into a secret, safe place. Secret part of it is that it's not going to be just shared all over the world of how we feel about what we do. No, we're going to be covered to know that we have a place where we can really seriously say this. Because a lot of the stuff we talked about yesterday, it's a universal language.
I mean, and you know what I thought was amazing yesterday? First of all, I am leery about going into a setting with all women. And it wasn't all women, it was males yesterday, you guys. That was, but primarily women. I was like, you know, just because of past experiences. Just past experience. I love us as Black women, but sometimes I'm like, But Nikki said, come to the room. And y'all, that's literally why all of us was like in there. We was like, we didn't know what to expect. But Nikki's like, get on this Zoom call at this time. We was like, yes, ma'am. Because that's what you do with drivers. You don't question the driver because you know they've been down the road. You jump in the car. I won't start. So we jumped in the car with the driver because we've been in her car before. And she never took us to the fiery pits. So we jumped in the car. And what I thought was amazing yesterday when I got off and was able to kind of process everything while I was finishing my work day is that None of us knew why we were coming to the room. I personally had not met anybody that was in the room. The people had not met me. Yes, Pastor Whitaker, that is what I'm getting at. I don't know if anybody else knew anybody else, but the fact that we all came to the room, I didn't know who know who. I didn't know who knew Jesus. I didn't know who to what church. None of that mattered. But the fact that we can all come together and deliver God's same message, that was so powerful to me, because God is God. He's not speaking one way to one person and off the chain to another person. His message is the same. His message is universal. And so you can go to different churches, different denominations, different whatever, but it's still one God speaking to all of us individually. And he's not gonna confuse. He's not the author of confusion. So that was refreshing to me that we could all come to the table not knowing. We just came to the house and we sat at the table, and just like Pastor Whitaker said, we came together.
Yeah.
And we did what we had to do. And then and that was it.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And then that was that. Like, look, and that was that on that.
That's because there was just what you said.
Amazing.
A genuine belief in, we gonna do this. I'm not sure what to expect, but I do know, like you said, and history with someone is important.
It was amazing.
History is very well important. And you're right. It was probably about Keisha and Ned that and Alicia, of course, all of us knew each other from the ladies' room. We've been to the ladies' room.
Yeah.
But no, Pastor Whitaker ain't been into the ladies' room because it's not for men, it's ladies.
But the way he was in there.
Miss Monica from Candace Way Out, she's brand new to
you would have thought that we all hung out together. Like, we have been out together. We have been together for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if an outsider was to peek in the room, they would have probably been like, oh, look at them old friends getting together. Yeah.
Look, Pastor Whitaker said, in one room on one accord, don't y'all stir me.
Listen, that's why I said I'm off of the driver thing.
Trying to get out this house. Listen, I'm just saying, and that's what Christy hit us with. No, don't tell the people about what you said, because listen, I mean, it messes me up because she don't say it she told me this. First of all, the fact that she said sit in it.
And so this,
and sit. I mean, I'm like, ma'am, you trying to really just take me out here. I'm like, I'm about to slide out this good chair. She's like,
listen,
what I was ready to cut my camera off and be like, it's over. We ain't doing none of this.
But you called us to the room. Anywho, so listen, y'all.
And I got the clip. Yeah. I'm putting a real good promo together with that one. I say, Lord, that's the perfect one for, because I've been looking for the right promo, but I got you one now. And another thing.
That's my thing. That's my thing. If I ever hit, so first of all, I like to let people know I know the Lord, and I always follow with, and He knows me. I think that's important. I don't say that by accident, because Lord don't know everybody like that. So I like to say, look, I know the Lord, and He knows me, because we done spent some time together. So if God is giving me the unction to say something, I will make sure that He needs me to say something. Okay, God, you sure you want me to pray on it, this and that? I don't take the gift of prophecy, seeing, however we want to put it, I don't take it lightly, and I just don't spew stuff out. I've learned to be wise in my gift. You have to learn to be wise in that thing. Otherwise, you just jack up what God told you. So I hear a word, and then I say, okay, God, is this meant for me to pray for the individual? Is this meant for me are you giving me some more? I have dialogue over a time. I just don't spit it out. Because sometimes God will give you something to pray. You need to pray on the situation for that person. And then God directs you when you need to open your mouth, if and when. So when you first told me, when you first told me, I'm just a driver. It was my very first show. You said, I'm just a driver. I'm just going to take you where you got to go, and I'm just going to boop. I said, I'm just going to boop, pop you out I'm just going to kick you out the car, and that's it. I'm just driving you to the destination. And in that moment, it was dropped in my spirit. She don't even know the importance of the driver. And I said, because I'll be honest with you, I never looked at a driver like that. I didn't. I was just like,
I'm the one that's always talking about I don't want to drive.
Anybody can be the driver. Okay, fine, drive. That's always the position nobody wants. And so, as you said it again, just over time, it popped in my spirit again. And I do make a lot of things through movies. I don't know if we can say God speaks to me through movies, but movies kind of it connects the dots. And I'm not a big movie watcher, right? So I was literally watching Black Mafia Family. To all you super spiritual folks, God can speak to you wherever you at through anything he desires. Period, point blank. I was watching Black Mafia Family, and one of the drivers was just like the guy that was trying to get away. Meech told his brother, Terry, I need you to drive this car. You need to be the driver. You need this and this and that. And at that moment, yes, in that time, God was like, this is why the driver is so important. Nikki needs to know the driver is the most important person on the team. It's not a well sought out deal. That person is by word of mouth. You don't see ads for drivers, but people interview drivers. Like, who is going to drive us to get us from point A to point B? Who can stay focused? Who cannot be thrown off by the bullets coming by the car? Who can still do their thing? Who can dip and dive and keep everybody safe, keep the product to get where it gotta go? I mean, to drive Black Mafia Family, you ever watch it? There's bullets flying at your head. Normally, so you got to get a driver that can see the Mack truck coming, not be rattled. You're not rattled. You're not like, oh my God. Ah! The driver ain't never screaming. The driver is taking his time. The driver is calm, cool, and collected. The driver can just handle everything being thrown away, and they can keep it going. The passenger might be saying, woo, woo. The passenger's like, woo. We dipping off to the side because we see the danger. And what the driver doing?
Just drive.
I got this. I got this. Like, there's so many roles wrapped up in the driver that we don't see.
I know, right? So, hey, Miss Carla, good morning.
I was like, shit. So I was like, she don't even know the role of the driver. She needs to know what the driver does. And then I wasn't even watching the heist. At that time, whatever movie it is, the Den. The Den is what it is. The Den of Thieves. That's the name of the movie. That came back immediately back to my memory. He was like, don't you remember in Den of Thieves? It came back to my memory with O'Shea Jackson. And if you go back and watch Den of Thieves, it was a big drug ring and they were trying to make off this big heist. And they were looking for a driver. And so they were like, you were recommended.
Great morning.
And they interviewed him. He had to do a test drive. And when I tell you, he was just, his primary job was the driver. And then I went to Power. And if you watch Sean on Power, if you ever watch Power with Ghost and all that, Sean was trained to be a driver from a young age. That's all his job was. He carried all Ghost secrets. He carried all of Tasha's secrets. He was the gatekeeper. The driver is so important, and we just dismiss that person. And so God was like, she needs to understand. Stop saying I'm just the driver. The driver.
Oh my God.
So yesterday, you guys listening.
Let's go find you something to do. Now you done got Trish Douglas in the room. Most importantly, we need a driver that can see at night to bring us safely through the dark place. Oh,
Trish, the best drivers, my daddy is an excellent driver. My daddy used to say, when you take long family trips, we're gonna leave at night. With everybody, we're gonna leave at night. We're gonna leave about 9 o'clock at night. Thank you, Miss Trish. Thank you, Lord. We're gonna leave at night. A lot of good drivers said we're gonna leave at night. And another thing about them drivers, like you just said, they don't hit the highway. They know the back roads to dip off. Where you like, what you like this? Where we at? And the driver, and here's the driver. I got it. I have never seen a driver in a movie get rattled. Not never.
And I'm not a movie watcher, but you got me now. Now look,
I'm not
got all this homework. I said, let me go look at all these movies. Because
I'm not a big movie watcher, but I knew it had to be God. Because I mean,
you know what? Pastor Wilson said, just ride. Listen, and you know what? That's my thing. I say it all the time. Trish is honest. She'll tell you, I say, listen.
I'm just a driver.
Just ride. Just ride with me. I don't know where we're going. But if you ride with me long enough, we're gonna get there.
So oh my God. That was so yesterday in the room, I just said, and another thing. Cause like that's just me.
You did. You said it like I'm just so over this. Let me say this because God ain't gonna whoop me no more with this. Okay. And another thing, you're not just the driver. And so that word right there this morning, y'all, that's for somebody who is sitting around saying, I'm just, baby.
You have a big role. It's a huge role. And a drive, and another thing about the driver, and I'm gonna say this, and then for real, I'm done. When you go back and watch Den of Thieves or like any driver, they can say, I'm not gonna fool with them. No, I don't think I want to drive them. They're gonna get me killed. They don't know how to listen. A driver can say, I'm not, no, this ain't for me. You don't have to drive. Is the thing. If you realize your passengers or your whoever is gonna buck the ride and they ain't gonna be able to listen and let you do your job, no, I'm good. I don't think I want to ride with you because you're gonna get me killed. Because sometimes you just trying to drive people where you know they need to go, and they bucking and they hollering and they trying to open the door while you drive, and you gonna get me killed. No, I ain't gonna be able to drive for you. Okay, for real, I'm done.
No, but Christy, that
okay, for real, I'm done. For real, I'm done.
Really, honestly, what you just did, y'all, was, and my best friend is on here, one of my board members, a person who definitely she's really big on pushing me to purpose, and yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm a driver. I always say Simply Her. People always ask me, how did you come up with the name Simply Her? God gave me the name. Simply. Simple things. We think, oh, it's just simple. No, simple things are the most complicated things
simple and it's mighty.
You ever do in your life, because we miss the simple, identities of things. We miss the simple moments. We miss the small foxes kill the vine. That's Bible.
Listen.
So we miss these things because we're so busy focusing on the big extravagant things. I tell this all the time when I'm giving the example. I say a simple black dress is the most difficult thing to ever dress. Mm-hmm. It's the worst thing you could ever do to somebody. Say, here, put on this simple black dress. You gonna pull your hair trying to find the right shoe, the right belt, the right accessories, versus a dress with a bunch of sparkles and all of these bells and whistles to it. You like, ooh, okay, good, I can do that. All right, cool. I can put on a simple black shoe or this. There's no work effort in that. But a simple black dress.
Well, it shows all of your, it shows you. It brings you to the forefront. I had a gentleman tell me right after my divorce, he said, and he wasn't trying to get with me. And I'm saying this because you get into the black dress. I would have this habit. I would have a piece of my face covered with my hair. I would either do a swoop to the side or something, or have the low bangs. And he said, I need you to take that hair out your face. And I was like, hair out my face? I said, but that's the style for me. He said, nah, you hiding. You beautiful. And you need to take that hair out your face and let everybody see all of your face. And I was like, what? Yeah. Okay. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. I thought I would have to have a distraction. This and that. But that simple black dress and some pearls. Yeah. It's just the truth. We look for the distraction. Yeah. But yeah, that driver, baby. That drive. When you taking along, when you go, we went to DC. My mom's last trip. She went on a family trip because, like I said, I believe she knew that her time was coming short. So I went on a family trip. Me and my brother are excellent drivers. That's not tooting our horn. We're excellent drivers. We're very good drivers, right? My parents, they're like, Christy and Willie can drive. They're good drivers. We was just gonna drive in DC. My mom was gonna rent the cars. We was gonna drive in DC. My brother friend was like, I don't know these streets like that. Y'all don't know these streets like that. And we didn't. But we thought we knew how to drive. We hired, guess what we hired? We got referrals and we hired some of the best drivers. to drive us around the city and get us where we needed to go and know the ins and outs and could tell us don't go to this point this late at night, do this and that. Yeah. It seems so simple, but getting the wrong Uber driver and see how you won't be praying you ain't never prayed before.
Oh yeah, I've done that before. My husband is big on that. That's why he loves my short hair. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
So,
I think Keisha came to a family function one time with long hair, and that was the end of it. I ain't seen no long hair no more.
Yeah. But that was, I don't know how we got off of that, but yeah, with the black dress.
No, we just sharing. Pastor Whitaker did that. He jumped in here, and I just gave reference back to how he behaved yesterday. I'm gonna have Lady Whitaker to come to the next meeting. He's gonna have to send a representative because his behavior, and that's what I'm gonna have to do.
If his representative
is anything to the like professional meeting, I need the representatives to come. Y'all gonna have to go on the third Wednesday because y'all can't come on that Wednesday when it's their actual date because y'all don't know how to behave in that room. Like
it needed to be said. You needed to, and let me tell y'all this right quick, and then we're gonna get into our topic. I want to let y'all know I did tell Mother that's on the other side of the screen. Well, whichever side you on y'all. Mother, she's this way to me. The one in the yellow. Mother, I told her yesterday because she was trying to fight it. I said, what you gonna do is sit in this.
She did. She said sit in it. She said it like this, and y'all, she said sit in it.
I said, you're gonna sit in it. And y'all, and then I counted her down. I went straight into my therapeutic. I gave her 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I came back with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I counted her 10 seconds.
And one.
That's right. Because guess what? You gotta sit in that thing. A lot of times we don't want to sit in what's power in sitting.
The sit in it was like a mess. Like I know what I tell children to sit in it. So I know what that sit in it means. Sit in that.
I said and sit in it because you're fighting it. If you could just sit there.
Just give me my blanket. Just give me my blanket and let me be.
If you can sit there and let it overtake you, this will be much easier, ma'am.
Because it was crazy. And then I had the pleasure to just go over.
God was good. God was kind.
And talk to New Jerusalem Whole Truth Church last night. And Miss Carla Harrison is on here. She is a Facebook friend. Let me tell you something. You don't know, Christy, who gonna see you in these streets. Miss Harrison was like, oh my God. I was excited to see her just as well as she was excited to see me. And the information she shared was like, I follow you. I was so happy. And the fact that she had tears in her eyes, I'm like, wait a minute, God.
That makes it worth it.
It was so worse because Miss Carla don't know I cried all the way home because I'm like, these people earlier got me. Now you got me too. This ain't right, Jesus.
It's all the way right. God must have said, every time God sends along encouragers, and God knows, guys, we get up at 7:30 in the morning and we do it, but it's, we don't take it lightly. It's emotional. We take it on. And sometimes God needs to send somebody your way to say, you're on the right track. This is not in vain. Keep it going. And we need that. Even us, everybody needs it. So I am for one, whenever I see that from my sister that I cheer for, I'm like, okay, God, I see you. Because God sends you what you need and how you need it. And so I am always grateful that I, for one, and everybody else yesterday that you had an encounter with was obedient to God.
Yeah. She said it was such a pleasure to meet you in person. I was so blessed. And the fact that she shared her vision with me, and we're going to talk more about it. She and I are going to get together and talk more about it because I'm like, wait a minute now, Jesus. How you just going to bring that vision right back up and just really do what it is? She said, tonight is your night. Listen, it was my night. Oh, I told him I love God and trap music. I bust out laughing because when I watched the replay at the and it's on this page here, the Simply Her Nikki A. Kaiser page, and it's on all 3 platforms. And it was so funny because I was watching it. I told the people at that church, I love God and trap music. That's the truth.
And me too.
Listen, Pastor Whitaker, and we're gonna get into this. Pastor Whitaker, if you're still on, I want to tell you Pastor Whitaker had prayer last night. He was very obedient to the Spirit, and I had to jump off because I had to go and serve at New Jerusalem Whole Truth Church. Thank you, Pastor Lisa, for inviting me. Thank you, Dr. Kim Fields, for really, truly putting me in as a recommendation. I appreciate you guys. Man, that was amazing. Pastor Whitaker had his Wednesday night Zoom call Bible study, but he decided to let God do the work. I said decided, and was obedient to let God do the work, and that was he wanted to create an atmosphere and for prayer. He said something to us yesterday about don't get distracted, right? And he told me in the inbox, he said, I want to apologize for those. I'm sorry, that has never happened before. He had some distractions on his prayer Zoom. But let me tell you, let me encourage you, sir. Let me tell you the real truth. No, those weren't distractions. They were a different kind of way of how God tested you in that area to say, what will you do if you get that unorthodox person? What will you do if you get someone on a call? Because see, they did come in with one motive, and that was to deter and to destroy. But because God brings in the prayer warriors, because God sent the intercessors, because God said that there is going to be a sound of worship that will reign in that room, I need you to understand, Pastor Whitaker, it was perfect. It worked. It was for the good. And all you got to do is just do your part. And that is let God be God. Let God reign. Let him rule. And let him really, truly, honestly, in Christ's word, sit in it. Let him sit in it. Because I promise you, the prayers of the righteous availeth much.
Good morning.
Last night prayers, oh yeah, they was good. Look at that. She said, good morning. I dropped it off to school. Come on now. I hope you were safe and sound and you got them there. You on time. You on time. We waiting on you. We were waiting on you. Listen, Christy, the call to action is simple. We're talking more about love, relationships, and everything. So now today we got to talk about this money. Yeah, baby, we got to get into this money. Misery, money, misery, or broke in love. And let's just talk about it seriously.
Ooh, child, where we start?
Relationships.
Where we start? Because I done been broke in love before. I have.
Because you said this. You really did say it. Oh, Hunter was not feeling it.
Oh, you should have brought Hunter to me.
Oh, Hunter didn't want to go.
Maybe he wouldn't have done no work with me. He wouldn't have done no schoolwork. He would have told me. I'm not going to tell you what the family called me because I don't worry about doing. He would have called by my family name and he said he would have told me he didn't want to, and I would have let him watch movies all day. I'm that babysitter.
How old is he?
What Hunter is 5, 4, 4.
Yeah, he didn't want to go there.
Listen, Hunter just don't be feeling it some days, and when
and he as right as should.
Listen, when Hunter ain't feeling it, he gonna let everybody.
He gonna let everybody
the
know
whole class know that he ain't feeling it today.
So go ahead on and let up off of here. He's 6. So Miss Hawkins.
He like what? Let me see. Yeah.
He's let up off
6.
Of Hunter.
Okay, yeah, 6.
If he gets a so sad face today, just let him be. Just let. If you don't get a gold star, leave him alone.
Listen, I sure would have let him watch TV all day. That's why they don't be bringing me the kids during the day. I tell them, I done did mine. I'm about to spoil the heck out of y'all's. And yes, they're gonna watch TV. And if they don't come back with nothing broken, I'm about to let them do it at my house. I ain't gonna be disrespectful, but listen, he didn't want to write his letters today. He didn't wrote them the whole school
his letters. He already know his letters. I need the teacher to write their letters.
Listen, and see if you tell Hunt that, he gonna go to school and tell the teacher that. They say you need to write your letters.
I need to meet Hunter.
I love Hunter.
Do you know what? That's why I didn't get that parenting gig.
No, Hunter reminded me of Aaron. Every time I see Hunter, I say that's just Aaron when he was that age. I said that is Aaron all over when he was that age. And that's it. He's super uber smart. He's super uber smart. But listen, he just
my baby.
Hunter's like, look, he said, baby, you just not gonna. Hunter like to you go entertain him. You're gonna talk to you, entertain him. But he's the sweetest fella. But he's all boy. He's the sweetest. He's all boy. But
that's what I'm saying. You gotta get it, baby, that breather.
Listen,
I'm gonna open up me a school. That way Hunter can just come with me and we ain't gonna have no problems.
Don't you threaten E with that now? But yeah.
She see y'all playing with these
people. These accommodations. Yeah. He know how to. I know how to work it. They're my little friend.
So money has been an issue in relationships. So now here's the thing, Christy, as single women, here's look. Oh Lord, that's the problem with all the CLLDC products. Don't do my children. Trish, you started all of that. So let's not even go there. Look, I'm trying to be kind, Trish. I'm trying to be kind. I tell these people how your 2-year-old was in my preschool 5 class for all of her years of being in early child care at that age since she went to school. That baby has been she's never been a toddler. She's never been a 2-year-old, never been a 3-year-old. She's always been in the pre-K 5 class. And her mother is the bully that made that happen and forced me to be her friend. And I wouldn't trade Trish Douglas in for nothing in the world. Thank you for forcing me to be your friend. And let her tell it. That's because I seen some work that you were doing. I seen the potential of what you do. I saw the greatness in you. That's her whole reply on how she bullied us that day at the little child care center and told us that no, her child is going to be in my class. And she just skipped over all the other grades and came into my class. And we tried to be slick with it, Christy, and put her back in the class when the mama left. She pulled a pop-up on us.
Because she knew what y'all was going to do. She said, that's it, man. This is what my child is going to do.
Somebody knows she's not going to be in no teacher's class that don't communicate, don't know how to articulate it and put her words together. She's sleeping in the class. I say, Lord.
Oh, that's right.
She's a mess. But okay, money, misery, broke love, broke in love, money, relationships. Christy, this is the big question that I have. And y'all can put your questions in the chat. This is the thing. Look. See. Was right. Children is top. Yeah. Child is 5% and thriving. Yes, she is. She sure is. My boogie is doing her thing down there in school. All up in college making them moves. Yes. Yes, she is. So money. We in relationship. Men are put with a big responsibility that I'm seeing these days with women. If he ain't paying all my bills, if he ain't fluing me out, if he ain't taking me here, there, and everywhere, if he can't drop a whole bag on me, I don't want him. And then in marriages,
he might not want you either. That's probably why he ain't doing all of that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Then in marriage, you have, oh, my husband gotta buy me this. He better make sure we got this. And if he ain't providing this size house and this kind of car, and I need this shopping spree, and he has no time for me. Then you got, as they say, broke in love. He has potential to earn. He works at a McDonald's. He is on the back of, as Mr. Dorsey told us, on the back of a
garbage truck. As he was.
He is just trying from check to check. He works at the day labor. He does something here and there everywhere. He may get a job this year. He may not get a job this year. But I love him. Come on, let's talk about it. Build a man is what we call it. Build a man.
You know, money is so it's simple, but it's complex.
It's a sensitive subject. We already know that.
It's sensitive. It is in the top 3 reasons of divorce. You know, money, sex, children. Said that. You know, I can say this: potential is just don't base any lifelong decisions based on solely based on the potential of a person. I've been there, done that. And it just sometimes doesn't work. You can see potential all day in a person, but if they don't see it or want to attain it, then you fell in love with what they could be and what you thought they were going to be. And they were satisfied being, we just say they were satisfied being on the back of the truck. Now, back of the truck makes some good money. Back of the truck makes some good money. But they were satisfied with that. You saw downtown run a department in this person, and they were like, I'm good on the back of the truck. So what I'm saying is that I believe that is a conversation that needs to happen at the genesis of a relationship. If this is a person that you know that you guys are dating for a purpose, we need to talk about finances. You need to say up front, this is what your expectation is, men and women. And don't be apologetic for it. Also be reasonable. As you said, we are single women. Yes, we are. It was different going from two incomes to one.
Yeah.
To be a man, that's just that on that. It is a world of difference going from two incomes to one. It's an adjustment period. It's easy for us to pick up somebody or be with somebody for the business aspect because it'd be easy on the bills. You can go back to splitting stuff. And guess what? Many people have that arrangement. And if that's your arrangement and you love it, do it.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things where you got to know the difference between somebody's ceiling and somebody's floor. And I'll use that analogy quite a lot. What your ceiling may be is my floor. You may think going out and buying me that Coach purse, whatever, like you've done something. And that is probably a wonderful thing. But my thing is, like my cousin is saying, my thing is this, and you've heard me say it, it's not an arrogant thing. I can go swipe my own card at Dillard's. So that's not a big sacrifice to Christy, but to that young man, that may be something that is a sacrifice. It's important to know those things. You got to have those uncomfortable, sensitive conversations. Yes. Okay, sir, I noticed that why is it that you do move jobs a lot? How long have you been on your job? How long have you been in your career? What are your goals? If I'm 45. Yeah. So I for Christy am looking for someone who, yes, you can provide all the emotional feels. You can work it out in the bedroom. But when we grow old, if we're talking about growing older together, can you retire or are you working until you're 80? Because I want to travel. I want to travel. And so if you still working and we can't travel, and when I say travel, let me just let you know, ladies, and to the gentlemen that may be listening, when Christy Michelle says travel, I'm not talking about being flew out to Vegas and Florida, because I did that. That's that. When I say travel, I want to go to Italy. I want to go. There you go, Pastor Whitaker. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Africa, maybe. I want to take maybe at that time, the 7 and a 14-day cruise. I want to go. So I need to know what's your floor, what's your ceiling. If you talking to a man that ain't never been out of Texas,
I'm on Dubai.
There we go. He thinking I'm gonna take her to Florida. I'm gonna take her to Miami. And nothing wrong with them places. We love them places. But you see how our mindsets are different?
Yeah.
You got to have that conversation up front. Me and my ex-husband, we will both say this. I'm not saying nothing that's not, whatever. But I grew up with, my parents had a house. They owned their house. We had a backyard. Like that was the floor. Me and my ex-husband got together, and some of the things that we just didn't consider, I was like, yeah, we're going to get married. We're going to own a house. The kids going to have a backyard, this and that. And that just was foreign to him. Yeah. They didn't do that. No slight against, and they just did not do that. So my floor, my basic expectation was his ceiling. Wow. For him to buy a house for his family in Pearland, baby, that was it. And I'm sitting around like, that's what we do. Like, Yeah. So you gotta do that, Pastor Whitaker. Thank you. What's your credit score?
Yeah.
And it's not, and you gotta know how to delivery is important here. It's already a sensitive subject. Delivery is important. You got to ask those questions. But let me tell you something. Don't start asking about your 401k, about your credit score if you're not intentional with that person. If you're not intentional with me, I'm not intentional with you. We know that we're not building something for a future somebody. I'm not getting ready to run all my stuff out to you. I'm not
like what Ms. Harkins said.
Yeah.
I've had arrogance and money in the past, but no love or respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Angela said, "Oh, I just joined in. You're speaking volumes this morning."
Yeah.
Pastor Whitaker said, "What is your credit score? Who do you owe?"
Pastor, like that's important.
Yeah, Sonya said Dubai.
That's where she want to go. Yeah. You got to know those things, and so you have to make it a point to credit score can credit score can be fixed. But are you willing to work on fixing it? That's the question you need to ask. Does this person have money management problems?
Yeah.
Does this, you want to know that. I'm a divorced lady. You're a divorced lady. Quite a few people out there are divorced.
Booked and you're going, and that's right. You here. So that means that, and I like that. I like
to know what they have with their exes. Are they still paying bills with their ex on things that them and their ex owe? Have them and their ex finished selling the house, selling you gotta know. You have to know that. Yeah, money management
or life happens.
Life happens. Life didn't hit me. But for divorce, baby, life hits you. And the key to that is
I had to close the whole business behind life and a husband.
But you have those conversations. You have those conversations with people and say, hey, this and this. And one thing, and people know your character. If you're with somebody for a minute, you see their character. You see if they just a frivolous spender or if they just really life is lifing right now.
Listen,
come on, Miss
Passport, or do you owe child support? Listen, you can't get a passport if you owing somebody. They're not letting you leave the street. That's why you will be in Florida.
Look, so here's the deal. But and what do you think,
looking like the Paris?
Listen, and listen, ain't no wrong Vegas, ain't no wrong Florida. I love a good Vegas and Florida and Atlanta and all those wonderful places. But what I'm saying is that if that's your desire as a woman, if that's your desire as a man to have a person that can either provide now or y'all can work together to be a team and work towards this later, it is a conversation that needs to be had. It's a conversation. You need to know what this person want to do when they're in retirement. It's just, are you close to retirement? Are you able to retire? Those are questions you need to ask. It's questions that I ask. Well, if I get to that point. But those are things that I know we need to have a discussion about. We need to have a discussion about.
I love that, Christy.
And it's uncomfortable. Get it out your head. Well, I don't want to have it uncomfortable. It's called being comfortable with the uncomfortable. If you need to know how to have uncomfortable conversations, come see me. We can do a class.
Yes.
I can teach you how to have uncomfortable conversations and be somewhat comfortable in them. It's all in delivery. It's all in tone. And it's all in prepping the person. Are we ready to have a financial conversation? You know where you are in your relationship. Ask the person, are you ready to talk about that? Because it's sensitive for both of y'all.
Yeah.
And then you can treat that piece like, I'm going to say like a business. I personally, when I was married and I wanted to talk money with my ex-husband at the time, because he just hated talk about that, I would say, hey, it's time for our talk. And this is what's on the agenda. Yeah. Yes, I gave an agenda to my ex-husband because I wanted him to be mentally prepared for the conversation, because you're already on guard talking about money, right? Those are things.
And guess what, you guys? Not only in your intimate relationship, that's in any relationship.
Oh, absolutely. And if we're gonna be together, how can we work up to it? Hey, cousin, y'all, this is my baby cousin from Lake Charles.
Hey, baby cousin.
I love her to death.
She's uber. That is
uber smart.
Oh, she uber smart. She said that is definitely an uncomfortable conversation that has to be had. Yeah.
Yes. Miss Makita Rochelle is one of the great addiction counselors in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay.
Yes, she is. She is Beauty and Brains. It runs in the family.
Okay. Come on now.
She's amazing.
Money is stressful.
It is.
It's a hard conversation.
It's a hard conversation, but you know what? It's better to have it than you get with him, y'all do this and that, and then y'all are at the stage where y'all want to move forth to the next level in your relationship, and then you find out that you can't buy a house with your significant other or with that person because him and his ex-wife ain't sold that house together. And you can't, you know what I'm saying? Or you just you find out things in the process and you're so far along and involved to where now you're gonna make probably a difficult decision, which we kind of could have had previous conversations. You know, get a financial advisor in with that thing. Talk about your goals. Don't be. This is not the time, ladies and gentlemen, to downplay what you want in your future if you see a future with this person.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not working all my life to be retired and he thinking that I just want to go to Florida, and I just keep using Florida, y'all. And I love a good Florida run, but like,
that's not what we're saying. We're not saying that.
Yeah, please.
Let's clear that out. Let's clear that out for somebody that's gonna say. So what they saying about Florida? Florida is fine. It is a wonderful place. I love when I went to Florida for first time years ago. Now, recent times I went, I enjoyed going back to Florida and seeing some things. Okay, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about Vegas is a bad place to go. I love going to Vegas. Vegas is a good place. What we're saying is that
for Christy,
if you want to go overseas and be stretched,
for Christy, I want to go overseas. For Christy,
if you just want to stretch, look, we would love to travel out the country. Absolutely, stretch yourself. Why? Because here it is. Why just limit yourself to your 50 states? Why?
I love pasta.
Just go somewhere different. Why not go, like you said, beyond the places of what you see in your 5-mile radius? Go somewhere where it's gonna take you some planning, where you got to go get some shots. You got to get some vaccinations. You got to go through customs. You got to change your currency, which is your money. Yeah.
So, but guess what?
Out of the country.
You got to know that. But
not just state to state. Absolutely.
But you got to know that about your person. I watched Steve Harvey. He talked about, this just came to mind. He talked about when him and his current wife Marjorie, you know, they got together and he was starting to gain some little money. And so he said he thought he was doing something, going to Vegas, running to Vegas every weekend. And she was like, "No, Steve, let's go to Spain." Yeah. Let's go to Australia. And he was like, said,
she loves me.
Yeah. He said, I never thought about going out the country because guess what? He was just so stuck on going to the places that he just never been, which nothing wrong with it. But she was able to open his eyes and expand his horizon. And before you guys say, I can't afford that. Yes, you can when you plan.
Yeah.
You know how much you eat out and grab the Starbucks before you know what you done paid for literally a down payment on a trip. It's called get on that plan. But money is the topic. You know, how if we're of age to where we're dating people that probably have grown children or maybe they still paying child support. That's a conversation to have.
Yeah.
Sir, ma'am, how much child support left? How much more years of child support you say you got left? I'll be scraped up honest in these streets. Scraped. I'm single and I'm 45. I'm unmarried in these streets. And if you got a child that's so young, I love the children. Christy love the kids. I'm a great bonus mom. I love the kids. The kids have always loved me. But I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. If you got a 5 or 6 or 7-year-old, I am in my mind saying that man gonna be paying child support until I'm well into my 50s. Can we still travel? And while he pays child supports and me and him go out. Yes, I am thinking of that. Ooh, Christy, that's selfish. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. I'm being real. I'm being realistic to myself. And I'm saving myself from further resentment down the road. Because it's not all cute and dandy in the beginning. But when Christy get ready to go to Vegas, and then he's gonna probably want to tell me, well, you know, that child support came out. I'm gonna be like, what? Because I know Christy. So pay your child support. I want you to do that. But are we working towards us still reaching our financial goals while you pay your child support? That's what I am taking that into consideration.
Right.
I am, Miss Nikki, and I hope somebody else should be checking to see how much child support somebody gotta go through too. Nothing against it, but you know your financial goals. And that's a conversation to be had. Am I saying no, don't be with the person or this and that? I'm not saying it at all. But let's be wise and realize that y'all's financial goals together may be pushed back a little bit because we got to finish paying child support or whatever it is. And guess what? That's fine and dandy. I'm just saying those are things that we just don't consider sometimes when we so blind in love.
Right.
We don't consider all those things.
And that's
and that matters. That matters. If you have someone that you want to, you know, potentially, you know, marry and obtain a house with, and they paying child support to her, him, and him, this and that, because things happen. That's go to that table and try to see how much you can get financed for. Because all of that just taken into consideration. I know y'all don't want to hear none of this morning, but I'm being straight up honest with y'all.
Makita said, no, it's not selfish. It's realistic and honest.
Because us women, we don't
weekend and a weekend.
We don't think, you know, we just don't think about those things. We don't think about the ins and outs of those things, and those things matter. And just you want to consider it all. You know, you want to consider it all. To those women who says, you know, man, they gotta, you know, he gotta pay this and that, and you want him to do this and that. That's conversation between you and your dude. You know, that's conversation between you and your dude. Me personally, I like to contribute. I like to contribute to the house. I like.
Let's talk about that, Christy.
I like to say what I demand, I should be able to reciprocate. If I demand that you coming in and you pay all, ain't no 50-50 over here. And there are some women that like that, and some men like that. For Christy likes to say, I'm asking you for no 50-50 because I can come in and not 50-50. Hey, cousin, I can come in and not 50-50. But you know, some women grow up and think if a man he needs to pay this bill if he getting between his legs. Hey, that's a conversation y'all need to have. If the arrangement is you're gonna come through and dust out some cobwebs, you need to pay a bill while you here. That's a arrangement between y'all two. It's no judgment zone for me, baby. It's whatever you put on the table, this and that. Be careful with that if you want to possibly make this dude your man's for real. But all of that goes into communication. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. You gotta have conversations, people. Christy likes to contribute. Christy likes to contribute to the family. Hey, cousin. Christy likes to contribute to the household. Christy does. Christy grew up with, you better have your own in case something happened, that dude walk out. You better be able to if you get into a bind. My mom always taught me, if you get into a bind and that man going upside your head, or you need to leave and you can't get to me, you need to be able to get out, get you an apartment, get your utilities turned on, and get some groceries in the house for you and your kids. You, whatever you got going on, you better have that stashed away. Yep. So you better be able to go out. You better be able to go out and buy your own car.
You're gonna need to have some change in your pocket.
You better be able to go out and buy your own car in your own name. You better go out and be able to pay.
I look at it like this here, Christy. You should not put more pressure on that man and men, that woman, that you cannot produce for yourself.
Absolutely.
You should not.
Absolutely. And you know, it's just a conversation to be had up front. I don't believe in withholding certain financial conversations with individuals. Yes, if you know me, you know I love a good old taco. I love a good old dollar taco. I'm not hard to please in that area, but I can tell you what, I like to drive nice. Okay. I don't apologize for it. I set my butt into a luxury car years ago, and I like the way that felt. Ooh. And I work hard for my money, and I'm unapologetically driving luxury. And I hope that I don't mean it to sound whatever.
No, Chrissy, you can't apologize. You cannot apologize. That's our issue. Yep.
That's just me.
Apologize for.
And I work hard for my money.
The things that you want. I talk to Trish all the time, and she
like to play a few bills too, cousin.
Listen, we talk about those kind of things all the time about how good it is to really seriously know the value of who you are as a woman. And not only that, too, we talk about if I am expecting a minute of your time to look like a certain type of way that I would want the time to be. I really believe, and this is what she and I always say, we really believe that you should be giving this back.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Nikki? What I'm saying is that I'm not going to put pressure on you for something I can't do for myself.
Why? And that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to be disappointed. So when people say, look, I work hard and I play hard.
My cousin.
So here it is. And somebody's probably saying, but that ain't good. That ain't real. Baby, it don't matter what level you own. If you if you're a burger, if you only work at the local McDonald's, there's nothing wrong with McDonald's checks. Let me clear somebody order.
They make some good money.
They give you a check, baby. McDonald's give you a check every week. And that weekly check helps you pay some bills. So, but if you say, I like to go to bingo, and when I go to bingo, I show up, I show out at the bingo. I like to buy what I like to buy at the bingo. Guess what you're going to do? You are going to be fine with going into the bingo, doing the work that you got to do, and keeping it pushing, keeping it moving. Yeah. If that person cannot meet you where you are in the bingo, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, that's just that.
Don't be sitting up there going in there expecting him to go in there and take the bingo game and he about to buy the whole bar. No, he not. Just being realistic. If you can buy the bar, then yes, you need to have a man that really seriously can come to the bingo and buy the bar. Why did I say bingo? I like bingo.
That's good. See. I hope y'all picking up what she put down. She like bingo. But yeah, I like to drive a certain way. I've actually had men to tell me, I just don't know if I can maintain you. Like in these single streets, men will look at what you drive, and I've been able to ask an individual that was bold to say that, I don't know if I can afford you. I said, well, what about me says you can't afford? Well, you got I'm looking at your picture on Facebook, and your nails done, and your feet done, and your hair always done. I said, sir, that's basic to me though. That's part of my bill money, because I'm gonna get my and then I backdoor and say, what make you think I'm gonna need you to come in and maintain me when I'm doing it myself this whole time? Ain't nobody over here financing these nails, feet, and hair. That's just regular. That's just like I pay my lights, I go get my nails done. Like I pay my lights, I go get my feet done. Now I'm not gonna stop you for blessing me with the but I ain't asked you to come in and maintain nothing that I already got going. See, that's another thing, man. Why y'all think y'all that we gonna want y'all? But I know some women done messed it up for us.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Some women done said, no, you gotta drop this. The problem is that I'm sorry.
Somebody that said again, they put an expectation there that they can't meet on their own. If you don't get your feet done every week, every 2 weeks, stop telling that man to get your feet done.
Look,
don't do that.
Come on, cousin.
If you can do it one time, that's fine. But don't be talking about you got to pay for my nails. My nails cost $150, and you really got no nails.
And
you
listen,
like me by the nail. But now all of a sudden you want him to start paying $150, and you ain't even wore no nail since 1995.
And guess what? If that's the relationship between you and that man, that's your relationship. If he's there. If that's your payment,
wait a minute, Chris. So you say just all of a sudden become that person?
They look at what you drive, the bag you have, and that's why we like been doing it. That's right, cousin. Yeah. We are saying that you have to take care of it. We ain't saying that. You don't have to come in and take care of me.
But don't come up there with them. I gotta get on the brother's defense. Don't come over there hollering about You like what Val just said. Yeah, I've been doing this, and he knows he can tell. A man can tell, like a woman can tell a well-maintained man or woman. We know when men are taken care of. We know, but don't be running around here with yourself, coming up, showing up with what? This new found idea of how you want this man to do some stuff for you.
Because social media
never ever been to Vic and Anthony's, and you talk, I want some swimp. He got to buy me some swimp. First of all, that ain't the word.
First of all, that's not the word. That's not the word. And let me tell you something. These housewives and all these little reality, these social medias have you all 10 times warped. 10 times warped. But but in all fairness, it's a conversation to be had. You cannot be afraid to have the conversation. If you young starting out in your marriage, you gonna have struggle bus points. Yeah. You gonna have struggle, but are you getting with somebody who lives beyond their means? You got to know that. I don't care how much money you make. You can always out means the money you're bringing in.
Come on and say that.
It's called bankruptcy for millionaires. You can always out means the money that you're bringing in. People out there bringing in $30,000-$40,000 a month, and out means it every month.
Yeah.
I'll go it every month. We on here like what?
Yeah.
Do they know how to manage
money? Let me tell you guys what I was talking about when I was thinking of the money of misery. That now we talked about those who can maintain, like Cousin Val said, yeah, I can maintain myself. And so talking to those gentlemen and those women, hey, Miss Rita, please let the young
coming through the door today.
No,
Lake Charles is coming in.
Yeah, they doing it. Lake Charles is in that building.
Big shout out to Louisiana.
So what I was saying there was, being in a relationship with somebody who got it going on, you got the money, you can do it all, like all of what you said. You can be flown out the country, private jet, taken care of, well, everything is all good. You got a money bag in your pocket, and baby, they can meet that need. However, you're miserable because they don't spend just what cousin Miss Hawkins said. They don't spend no time. Miss Rita says she's from Louisiana.
That's right, Miss Rita. Yeah, so Louisiana. Lake Charles.
They don't have no time. Like they don't want to spend that kind of time with you, but they're constantly shelling back. They're peeling back the money. They putting money in your hand and making sure.
That's what they figure. That's all you want. That's all you talk about. Let me just throw this money and shut up. And guess what? To some men, money ain't nothing. You ever heard money ain't no object? Yeah. To some men and some women, that ain't nothing to throw money at you.
The TI behavior. You can have whatever you like.
Some men here take that.
Yeah.
It's like that. That money. Let me tell you something, y'all. It's some money up in these streets. It's some money up in these streets. So some men, that money ain't nothing.
Yeah.
But then again, that goes back into knowing what your love language is. And at the end of the day, listen, it's gonna get old. I mean, trust me, I done been through the gamut. I done dated the fluid outs and the offers to be kept, and I done did all of that stuff.
Yeah.
For Christy, some women they can do that. For Christy, at the end of the day, if I can't call you at 2 a.m, you put me up in this big old deal.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I can go get my own town now. But see, that's the difference between me. I can go get my own town house.
So when you have, even in relationships, when you have men paying your bills and they putting them stipulations on you, they're putting these kind of things in place, and they're saying, well, you can't go outside this time of the night. You can't do this time of the day. Like, how it works?
The time is valuable. So the trade. Yes, cousin.
Now, for those who want that successful man, his time is valuable. Yes. So know the trade-off that comes with being kept.
Come on, because they're going to be at work trying to keep you, cousin. See, this is why she's my cousin and she's smart. But we don't think about that. That man going to be at work.
The trade-off.
It's a trade-off with wanting that successful man. Especially when your love language is quality time.
It's sad commentary on relationships. It is a sad commentary on relationships when you're in a relationship and still lonely. Oh,
Miss Douglas.
Oh,
yes, ma'am.
Let's talk
but
about
guess
that.
what? He's trying to keep you.
Christy, let's talk about that.
He's trying to keep you together. because you done put all these requirements. And so now he got to go, cousin, you hit, listen, between you and Makita Rochelle.
But do you think that, but do you really believe that you have to right there, he has to just give you less of the time that is necessary there? Because even though he's making the money, even though he's able to bring forth all of the great things, you still can't get none of that good time.
It depends on
time. I'm not talking about to a place to say, oh well, no, you know, he got to be with me to 24. I need my full day. No. What kind of time frame of us spending that quality time, as we speak about in love language, what kind of time frame do we get right there?
Listen, that's a conversation. That's a conversation. That's a conversation. I have dealt with men who flat out told me at the beginning, I had the money man and I was 5 seconds from burning down his house. Yes, cousin, we know. Get off here with telling the people what you.
Listen, cousin, tell me more.
Whatever. Yeah, she said I had the bag and the money and whatever. But
whatever. No time really. Oh.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm reminded of
it matters.
Of Toni Braxton in Kingdom Come. You know, that's my favorite part when she was chewing that gum and offered something to Jada. And Jada was mad because she thinking that
she winning.
Yeah, Toni winning, but Jada was the one that was winning because Toni had to tell her, I go home to a miserable home.
Empty house. Big old empty house.
Big old empty home.
Ooh. It matters. It matters. You know, you gotta but listen, we talked about it at the beginning of February or the end of January. You gotta let somebody know. Quality time in my love language.
Yeah.
I need your time. And guess what? You're gonna deal with busy, successful men. You're gonna deal with a man who's out there making the money, who's worked those jobs where it's 24 hours or they on call, they got a board meeting, or they doing it from 6 a.m. to 8 at night. You got to be intentional with scheduling that time with that man. Let me tell you something, ladies. Come on here. That man really cares and wants to make it work with you.
Come on.
He gonna carve out that time.
Yeah.
I ain't telling you something I heard. I'm telling you something I know.
Yeah.
He gonna say.
Chris says that all the time. She says that
he
is
going
to adjust to what he is interested in, and that is the truth.
We can get a man on here to verify that. A man will say, you know what, I can do 3 hours of work from the house. Let me see. He's still working, but at least he's gonna come home and do it.
Yeah.
Or I got 2 hours for lunch.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, cousin. I got 2 hours for lunch. Let me come on by and have lunch with you. Now, ladies. Let me come on here and educate you like I had to educate myself. You got to recognize when this man is making time for you, because a man is not going to come out and say, I'm getting ready to make 2 hours for you today. You're going to notice in his actions that he's calling you for lunch during his busy day. So your job ain't to say, all I get is your lunch hour. That's all you can give me.
Yeah.
He made time
where he spends his time is where his interest is. Yeah.
So it's about making adjustments. It's about making adjustments. If the man say, I got one free weekend this month, what you want to do? I got a free Saturday. Let's go. Yeah. You better notice those little things that man do. He used to go out with his coworkers at the end of every day, and all of a sudden he ain't going out no more. You better listen, babe. I noticed that you haven't been going out. I appreciate you coming on. That is him adjusting his schedule. That is him adjusting his schedule.
Work.
That's right, cousin. You better make it happen. Listen, y'all, that's my cousin. That is Miss Val Benson. She is also my legacy in these 85 Beta streets. She is amazing in her own right as well. Love my cousins. Her and Evie Hawkins that you see on here. That's my peoples. And just let y'all know, if I was to ever get married again, that's my 2 flower girls right there.
Listen, flowers.
But listen, you gotta know when that man is doing things that's out of here. You gotta acknowledge that with that man. And let me just go further, because it's 8:50. I know I got 9 to 5. Let me go further. Once you acknowledge him on making time for you, baby, that money gonna follow. Next thing you know, you can screenshot a picture of that Coach purse you want, and next thing you know, he might come home a month later and say, I just saw this and picked this up for you. But let me tell you something. You better, I'm giving y'all some game, ladies. You better know how to appreciate what he gave you that time. And then he gonna backdoor with them gifts. And then he gonna be like, well, hey, we're gonna go here and there. See, listen, let me tell you something. Let me learn y'all something that I learned.
Yeah, learn us.
That I done learned. Let me tell you something. I said the other day, man, I sure want to go to Vicky's Secret and just do blah, 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 blah. Christy got the money to go. Christy just mentioned, I just want to go to Vicky's Secret. Huh. Hey, I heard you mention that you want to go to Vicky's Secret. Here's a gift card. I sure think.
Well, you know, I mean, you said you wanted some crawfish one day on the show.
Listen.
And a beer.
Listen. But it go two ways. It go two ways now. But here's the deal. Like we said before, I'm a good spoiler I'm a good spoiler. I'm nice to you too now. But what you saying here, Christy? Because I know we talked about money and relationships. You can still work towards all of that stuff. If you're young in your marriage or your relationship, get them goals. Where we want to be financially 10 years from now. We're renting right now. We want to own. What does that look like? Yeah. Okay, I'm finishing off paying these bills. You do it. You gotta have that uncomfortable conversation. Yeah. You gotta have it. You just gotta have it. And then that's when you identify weaknesses and strengths. You know, some people are the money people in the relationship. Just like you got a money person in business, that person identified that, hey, look, you the one that's gonna be disciplined in the store. But let that person hold you accountable. Let me tell y'all something. Give me good and emotional. Give me a good old purse life with them purses and them bags, and give me in a good makeup store. Somebody gotta take my credit card, baby, because I'm going in.
Acting like she ain't got no sense.
Acting like I ain't got a purse or makeup at all. See,
I'm not the money person.
You tell you, I'm not the money person. It depends on what it is for me if I'm the money person. But some stores I cannot be trusted in Target. I cannot. You gotta send somebody with some sense with me to Target.
Well, I wouldn't be it.
See,
wouldn't be good together.
We both broken Target. But so what am I saying here? Know your strengths and your weaknesses. If that man knows money and y'all are working on a goal together, only way you're gonna know your strength and weaknesses is that you had that conversation. Yeah. If you're later, like you and I, Miss Nikki, we're later, we're mid-40s, and we're in these dating streets again. I'm dating with intention. I'm dating with intention and purpose. So it's some questions I'm going to ask you. Yeah. Because I won't know.
It's a struggle.
Look, I won't know. It's some things I won't know. And it's some things I should be able to tell you.
I'm just dating because I just need to be outside a little bit. And guess what? Aries season is coming. So
come on here. So it's uncomfortable, comfortable, but you gotta have it. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. I mean, I personally want to know if you're gonna be my man's and we trying to be serious and we of a certain age. I want to know, do you have a 401k? Can you retire?
Can you go? Keisha, there it is, Keisha. There it is, cousin.
And you can ask me.
We just talked about that yesterday, about making sure you got your financial affairs into order.
If you was to drop dead tomorrow, sir.
Oh, who's gonna bury you?
Do you have a life insurance policy?
Can I cry?
I don't listen. I'm not trying to get none of it.
Do I have to shake a cup and cry at the same time?
But I mean, is they gonna set up a GoFundMe for you? I mean, those are questions to ask. I'm not asking if you're leaving a fortune for your kids. Do you have enough to bury yourself?
Yeah. At least $3,500 so we can burn you up.
Something. But those are questions to be had. And you gotta have them.
Listen,
I'm sorry, you gotta have it.
Let's talk about these plans and plots. Yes.
Do you have beneficiaries? If you with somebody and y'all are building something and you need to ask, who's your beneficiary? Is your ex-wife still your beneficiary? Still your beneficiaries?
I'm on several people beneficiary things. I just hope that
because if you went through the divorce and got everything, but you ain't changed that piece, don't make it hard on the living. Don't make it hard on the living.
Don't make it hard on the living. Don't call me. I want all my.
Let me tell you something. But for Christy, I'm asking all those questions of you.
Yeah, that's a good deal. Listen, y'all. Tomorrow we're gonna talk more about this money misery or broken love. The reason for this conversation is because it's uncomfortable. Now we gonna talk about it. We're gonna even have to talk about that depth of what you said, death. Like really seriously about those plots. And I like that, plans and plots. What are you really talking about in the death streets? Like what you got going on? Who gonna bury you? Who gonna put you down? Can I be on your obituary as your mate? Or am I gonna be there as a special friend? Or do I not make it at all? Or we gotta talk about that. Where does your heart lie in the money game? Where is it really going? Are we going to be investing into some things? This was a good conversation today. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, this was an amazing time for us to start thinking. That's what we're here for, is to provoke your thoughts and to make sure you understand that we are here to help you with some conversations that is very uncomfortable. Our show is not for everybody. Can we be honest? It's really for the people that really seriously that need to know that this is what we do. What you said, Tangela, Nikki, here's that conversation you and I had years ago. Liz is special friends. And you know me and Tangela love a good we love a good funeral. We gonna go
and if you okay to be a special friend, ain't nothing against a special friend.
Are you folks aware of your come on now, the burial plan? Yes.
Who got to say so?
Folks aware of the burial plan? Where y'all gonna be put down at? What's going on? Am I gonna be buried like down the road from you? Or we gonna be buried by each other? All of this is important, y'all. And it's conversation that don't bring in high numbers because money matters, is sensitive matters. But we got to have that conversation. Stop running from that opportunity of a lifetime to be with someone that you love for a lifetime because of an uncomfortable but very
uncomfortable conversation. You gotta have one.
Conversation.
If you need some help, let me know.
In the obituary as a special friend.
Get somebody else to do it. I get you, Miss Tangela. Say get somebody else to do it. Miss Tangela, I'm good with being a special friend if I can be on the beneficiary on the life insurance. It depends on if you're gonna leave me with a bag or not. Let me stop. No, I'm with you, Miss Tangela. I'm with you, Miss Tangela.
I'll be your special friend. I don't even need to be the special friend. I just need to know how fast can I get the death certificate. I said that point. If we don't have no commitment there, I just need to know where do we get it, not the special friend. Yeah, special friend. Special.
Y'all know what it is. You know what it is. Yeah. My ignorance has no filter to that. So the conversation. Yes, cousin, I know. Y'all think that I don't have no filter. I be telling the people, them too.
I have my own policy. That's it. That's
right, Miss Angela. Look, come on.
Let's talk about that. We got to talk about that too. Hey, get your own investment piece. So, here's the good part about it. Let's go on and pray ourselves out because Christy and I got to get back to our real lives.
I got, I'm on.
Christy, you need to do a video today because we're missing some recaps from you.
I do. Thank you.
Videos today. And y'all, I'm going to do y'all a special bonus. I'm going to come on and do a live after this one on the Nikki A. Kaiser page because I ain't been over there in a while. I'm gonna go over there and be messy, misery, and also be petty. That's just what I feel in my spirit today. Okay, so join me after this to the Nikki A. Kaiser page. Listen, I'm excited about this time. Christy, you still write those insurance policies?
No.
Oh, well, but we have someone who does.
Absolutely.
Lakeisha Pobler, she does it. She is actually an insurance agent. She can help you out. Yes, definitely go to her page, Lakeisha Peterson Pobler. She is a person that you can speak with about insurance. She will educate you. She will make sure that you have all of that information. And if you guys are needing a monument, we got Adrianette Clifton. She is from Clifton Carrera Monument. That is your foot marker at the grave. She can help you with those things. So, yes, I can tag the people, let them know. And I'll even bring Keisha on. Let me find out if Keisha available to come on tomorrow. She loves talking about getting your files in order. So, let's get it in. So, Father God, we thank you this the day, God, that you have made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. God, I thank you for this dialogue. I thank you for each and every person. God, I thank you for Christy Michelle. I thank you for her pouring, God, and giving us the educational knowledge, God, to knowing how to manage our money. God, we want to be better stewards over the things that we have, God. And as we connect and co-mingle and come into one with someone in a relationship, God, in our existing relationships, come into our future relationships, God, we want to know that money matters is not an uncomfortable seat to sit in. It's comfortable because we have our affairs in order and they have theirs in order too, God. God, we ask right now for that person that is having a struggle and they're not understanding, God, how money works, God. I ask that you give them someone, God, to come along in their lives and educate them. God, we want to be the best that we can be in our finances, God. So give us what we need, Lord. I also thank you, God, for this day. Safe travel for every person that is in their cars and they're going to and fro, God. Take care of our homes, God, while we're away from them. And God, do me a huge favor, God. Take care of the secret prayers today.
Yeah.
God, I don't take lightly this opportunity. Take care of the secret prayers. Somebody's praying right now and saying that they want to find love. God, do it for them in your divine purpose, in your divine time, God, for their lives. And God, I just ask right now, Lord Jesus, that you heal the sick. Give them what they need, Father God. And someone, Father God, is asking, Father God, for a presence with you. They're asking for a relationship. What kind of God are you to give us this life that we have to be great in abundance, God? So, God, go into their lives and show you, God. And God, I thank you. And it is so in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Listen, it's not about what we say. It's about how we make you feel. And man, we hope we made you feel some type of way. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.